Hello, and welcome back. We've got another best of 3 coming your way for the winners bracket. Well, I guess it's just the upper bracket. I guess that's still winners bracket. Round 1, semifinals.
But everybody's a winner.
Everybody's a winner. It's kind of the winners bracket.
They are top 4 of 8.
You start off as a winner, but you could become a loser bracket. But everybody starts as a winner, so it's okay. Level playing field. That's what America's all about. Same starting point. We've got the Sneaky Nyx Assassins versus the North American Rejects. Merlini, give us the odds here.
61-39. The O2 Lounge has it a little bit different than yesterday. 53-47 was yesterday's SNA in favor, and I thought that was a little bit unfair. I thought it should have been like 50-50 probably.
50-50,
but after seeing the game yesterday, NAR just completely has SNA's number. I don't necessarily think it should be that bad. Best of 3 though. NAR's experience. I don't know. It's not looking good for a good old SNA.
No stand-ins. No stand-ins. So it's a straight-up battle. Battle of the fittest. First pick will go the way of the North American Rejects for game number 1. And
we don't have to cut and draft. These guys are slow.
we can wait. These guys are slow pokes rolling. I know you're trying to jump the gun and
talk
get me
to
off
us a little bit more
here,
about these two teams.
Yeah, tell us about these teams. Well, yesterday we saw the most exciting Dota game I think I've ever casted, and Ush was the guy that made that excitement happen.
It was the most exciting like 2 minutes.
Most exciting ending to a game, perhaps, I should say. The mid-game was a little slow, maybe a little bit of a snoozer. Merlini was nodding off a little bit, but the end was well worth the wait. That was the Tiny cruising up the mid-line when it seemed like all was lost, hope was over. There was just a Tiny and a Shadow Demon, and he just went straight up the mid-lane. He branched down the Tier 4 towers, branched down a couple of heroes, got turned into a piggy, and then, well, he branched down the throne, and it was epic. So, I don't know. Us showing us
Talk to me about NAR.
That they've got some skills. NAR, what do you want to know?
Snake
King hater.
What do you think about them?
We got a nice. They're definitely more experienced, as you mentioned. Brax, Fogged, Korok, 1437, and Snake King is their official lineup. Snake King has been playing position 1 mostly, but they've actually been alternating a little bit. We saw him mid at least.
That was only
once.
when they had
that was when they had a stand-in, though, right? Yeah. Okay.
2 stand-ins.
So 2 stand-ins. So Snake King has been playing position 1, and I thought he looked a little better in the mid lane, but he's been playing pretty well. We've seen a couple of Snake King throws. There was that one day where he was rumored to be rather intoxicated during his birthday and didn't play so well that game, but other than that, Snake King's been looking pretty fierce. I think we can hop into the draft now, but I think 60-40 are pretty appropriate odds, honestly. I think the Rejects are... I think they'll take this series. It could easily be a 2-1, but I'm going to be bold. I'm going to say it's 2-0 Rejects. I'm calling it here,
2-0 Rejects.
2-0 Rejects. I think the Nyx Assassins will put up a good fight. I think there'll be a couple of nail-biters. I think it'll look like we're going to a game 3, but I think in the end the Rejects will seal the deal.
I'll say 2-1 Rejects.
All right, fair enough.
My heart says, I don't know.
Your heart?
I don't think Sneaky
Tell us about your heart.
I haven't been terribly impressed with Sneaky Nyx Assassins for a few reasons. Firstly, they've had some weird picks. They had the Elder Titan mid that didn't actually seem to do that much. Could have had a big impact. Natural Order, who knows? SNA died a lot that game. They also been rather limited in carry choice for Ush. Priestess of the Moon, Phantom Lancer, and Tiny. They're pretty different heroes, I'd say. But at the same time, they don't put a lot of pressure early unless it's with Priestess of the Moon. I think their support choices have been rather flexible. I remember Fluff played a very, very good disruptor one of those games. But in terms of decision making in the middle late game, they often just make huge mistakes, or they just don't capitalize on opportunities that more experienced teams will. So I think NAR, their experience is just going to be too much for them.
Yeah, I would kind of agree with that assessment. The Sneaky Nyx Assassins have, at least throughout this tournament, kind of historically gotten further ahead in the early game. They usually do well in the laning phase, and then it's that mid-game where they don't pressure hard enough. Usually they have a decent lead, and they just struggle to either break high ground, knock down those Tier 2 towers, and they give their opponents a little bit more breathing room than they generally deserve.
I think they rely on Ush a little bit too much for the mid-game. They need more playmakers.
I would agree with that as well. Now, the Rejects did first pick Mirana, the highly sought-after hero here in this best-of-3 series for sure. The Nyx Assassins grabbed Bat Rider and Bane, but you can't take out all those heroes that pair well with the Mirana, and the Rejects were right there with a Shadow Demon pick. And all these bans looking pretty straightforward. All heroes that we've seen these teams run throughout this tournament. The Ancient Apparition second ban and the DK first ban from SNA. I don't know.
They banned that Tiny.
I think there could be some other heroes perhaps that you may not want to tango with. But yeah, the Tiny ban, some respect coming out.
Morphling. This might be a mid-Morphling from Korok.
Yeah.
Korok's Morphling's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's one of his best 2 heroes.
The rejects have been running that position 1 Mirana a lot, so it wouldn't surprise me to see a mid Morphling based on the first pick Mirana. And Shen by the Sneaky Nyx Assassins. So is that your fluff hero?
I believe so.
Or
Not
is
positive.
Is it Whitebeard? Oh, and Whitebeard. We haven't talked about Whitebeard. That is Merlini's weak link. We've got a...
Yes.
I don't know. You're a hater on both sides. There's Snake King on one team and Whitebeard on the other. I don't know. This is going to be a rough game. Hope you brought your fire blankets.
Radiant team pick.
It's a flamethrower joke.
I don't know.
Whitebeard's
Whitebeard's okay. It's alright.
okay. Yeah, he's all right.
As you said, the
Yeah,
other players are just stronger than him. I guess that's a nice way to put it.
That is a nice way to put it, yeah.
But he dies a lot, and he doesn't.
Tends to
The support play in the late game is... if you make a lot of mistakes in early mid, you won't have Force, you won't have Blink, you won't have Ghost, and you'll die a lot more, and then you can't do anything. Especially with like a hero like Shadow Demon, who can actually do some stuff in the later game. You really want to be able to not die. And it sounds simple, oh yeah, just don't die, but...
Come on, bro, just don't die.
He also doesn't make very big plays. You'll see supports make big plays sometimes, but Whitebeard I just don't see as that support that actually changes the game.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. It's okay.
But the Sneaky Nyx Assassins grab the Elder Titan once again, and this will probably be their solo mid
The heck with the Elder
hero. And yeah, I'm glad you brought it up because...
I don't know.
No, this is an odd draft from the Sneaky Nyx Assassins. They
You can
don't
see what NAR is going for. It's
Yeah.
very...
very straightforward, but very potent as well.
Yes.
4 heroes that are all pretty strong right now.
Sneaky Nyx Assassin's like, I don't know what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Is it too next level for us to understand, or is it just as previous level as it looks?
I think the latter, but we'll see. They've got Bat Rider in the off lane. They just need a carry here. So
Bat Rider doesn't do... Like, all these heroes... Or none of these heroes can do anything for some Morph.
yes.
Morphling
And-
will just probably get out of control. That's what it
Yeah.
seems like right now.
I mean, they've got Bane for
10
some
seconds
lockdowns,
remaining.
but
They don't have enough damage.
they're lacking damage. They're lacking late game. Even if they get a really hard carry with this last pick, they're still kind of lacking late game. With the Mirana Morphling, if it's a position 1 Mirana and Morphling mid, they'll have plenty of carry power to deal with whoever is that last pick for the Sneaky Nyx Assassins. And I feel like it almost has to be someone with some sort of disables. It can't just be like
It won't be a PL. PL is terrible versus Shadow Demon and Morphling.
Yes, I would cross PL off the list.
Who's it going to be,
It
though?
won't be Tiny. They'll ban out Doom.
The 3 that I say that he likes to play a lot, which is Mirana, Tiny, and PL, none of those are going to be good.
Could be a Luna. She's okay with Elder Titan. Could be an Ember
Yeah.
Spirit for the Elder Titan setup. Could be... I mean, Lifestealer's in the pool. They've got a Bat Rider for Infest Bombs, but we haven't really seen them run much Lifestealer. They pick Ursa. Okay.
Okay, no lockdown. Here
Yeah.
we go.
Ursa
Actually, they
and-
have Bat Rider and Bane.
Yeah, Ursa and Bat Rider pair okay because whoever gets lassoed will get Fury swiped to all hell, but I think this Ursa is going to get kited around all day. You've got Defensive Disruptions, your Demonic Purge, Elite from Mirana, Waveform from Morphling, Tether from the Wisp. A very elusive team, not one that I would really be confident picking an Ursa into.
Who would you prefer?
Anyone but Ursa.
Anyone but Ursa?
No, not anyone but Ursa. But, I mean, even I think a Lifestealer
I
would...
feel I think it's a little bit worse.
A little bit worse, you think so? At least he has Rage. At least he's got open wounds. He can...
Against Morphling and Mirana?
Yeah.
I guess kind of even harder because he's so cooldown.
Maybe Luna would have been a safer choice. Beastmaster, the final choice for the rejects. All right, they'll get a little bit of lockdown here.
Ooh, the
and-
offlane Beastmaster.
yeah.
Interesting.
Ooh.
No one runs offlane Beast anymore.
Mm-mm.
You'll see it mid sometimes. I think we did see it once this tournament by
The
Eok.
only time I've seen someone do it is on Dire side because he can stack the Ancients while he's kind of sitting around in lane not
But
doing
Radiant
much.
offlane's easier.
Radiant offlane's easier, but I'm just saying I've only seen offlane Beastmaster on the Dire side because he can stack Ancients and move into the lane. I've never seen it on not never, but I haven't seen it on Radiant offlane in a long
Catching
time.
yourself with the absolutes.
I know, it's good. At least I'm catching myself now.
I think it's a little bit... It might be better on Radiant. I mean, you can look at it both sides. Dire does have the option to stack Ancients, but at the same time, if Beastmaster wants to do Ancients on Radiant, it's much closer to mid if you want to like defend and fight, because he's very like roar-centric.
Right.
So you want to be able to use that as often as possible. If you're like in the Dire Ancients, there's not too many kill points that you can roam around from there. So... And there are differences in between Radiant and Dire. No surprise to anyone.
Whoa, Merlini with the analysis. Watch out there.
Whoa, ho, ho, ho.
Radiant and Dire are not the same, in case anyone was
But it is
confused out
really
there.
good from Roshan control, which is really good against Ursa. So I don't think you can underestimate the Hog.
Oh, yeah, the Hawk is really good around Roche, and I'm just admiring Beastmaster's little ponytail there. Very attractive.
Brax. Well, does he have a set? Nah, he just has a red talent common belt.
Just for the common belt.
There's some cool sets. There's like the Red Hood set. There's like the Gear Beast set where you get the cool boar and the cool hawk.
Uh-oh. Great positioning from the Nyx Assassins. They reveal the smoke, but is it enough? SNA, he intercepts the arrow, tries to buy his buddy some time. He's a good hero to take that damage. Ush coming in. He drops the slow. Everyone's still alive for now, but Fog, he'll get the short end of the stick. First blood comes out for all Whitebeard there. Now Ush going back in. Looks like they'll finish off Theban as well. It's a 2-for-0 exchange. Maybe even more. Korok, he had to get morph level 1.
You cannot underestimate level 1 Earthshock. This spell is ownage. 6-second cooldown, 4-second slow. He was able to cast, I think, on like 4 heroes, and he got it off twice. You may think Ursa's weak, dude. Ursa is strong. Lifestealer would, what would a Lifestealer would have done? Nothing.
Lifestealer would not have done much in that level 1 skirmish. You are correct.
That was cool. SNA also tanked one for his teammate. And he's a little bit tankier. He has a little bit more armor, and he won't actually be able to get to full HP before he goes to mid lane.
Oh.
Maybe he needs to get pulled some tangles by good old Fluff and Stuffs. Fluff and Stuff, is he going to block for him? Is he? Yeah.
Oh, Chen riding on that.
See, look at this teamwork.
Tiger.
They're one big happy family.
Yeah, the sneaky Nyx Assassins off to about a 750 gold, 400 experience lead before the creeps even spawn. How nice is that? SNA will get pulled a couple of tangos there. He'll eat one up and just go into lane against Korok. Now, it will be a double damage rune to spawn first that Fogged will pick up on the Wisp. So Elder Titan not out of the clear yet. Can they kill him, though? Korok, boop.
You can't even tell that he's a DD.
Yeah. Wisp and runes, man. He's so stealthy about it. I don't like this. But Fog, he'll take the high ground here. That's one aggressive Wisp. So this sneaky Nyx Assassin's off to a good start. Who would you... Do you think Ursa was the ideal choice here for their 5th pick? Is there a carry that you would have had in mind?
I don't think it was bad.
Okay.
They're dire, which is definitely a...
Yeah, that's good for
It's always a plus.
That's good.
He does do a lot of damage to Morphling. Like, if he tries to stay there, Morph, he'll just keep taking more and more damage. So, in theory, it's not that bad. But he is going to get kited. But I don't really see I can't really think we hear that wouldn't get kited by a Morphling, by a Mirana, by a Shadow Demon. So, it's... And like Lifesteal would have gotten rocked, especially with the Beastmaster last pick.
Yeah,
so.
but I mean, I guess the alternative is getting a ranged carry.
Yes,
yeah.
range hero isn't bad. Something like I guess Gyro maybe.
Gyro, even someone with Luna who has shorter range is still a step up in terms of kiting. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's introduce some rosters here. We never even got that far. On the Radiant side, Game 1 of this best of 3 series for the opening BO3s in the America Summit playoffs. Snake King on the position 1 Mirana here on the Radiant side. He'll be joined by 1437 on the Shadow Demon. Fogged, he's on the Wisp in the mid lane. He'll be joined by Korok Boop playing on the Morphling. And we've got Brax playing that offlane Beastmaster. Looks like he may be up to some stacking here after all. So Beastmaster stacking on Radiant, stacking on Dire. Is there anything this man can't do in the offlane? Now that was a joke. There's a lot of things he can't do in the offlane, but...
Like what?
Like kill people. You like get experience, farm creeps.
He does have a ton of base damage though. His base damage did get buffed in the last patch, so we may see him get played a little bit more. That's kind of what boosted Puck into popularity, is his 4 base damage increase. So it may seem small.
That 4 damage, man. People go crazy over that. It's like a null talisman. A little bit less, but
it's less than...
still something.
It's like less than half of a null.
Okay.
Well, I guess not for Beastmaster. It's actually more than... yeah, it's less than a null.
Yeah. Well, he is.
Why would you say null for a strength hero?
Yeah.
Why did I have Bracer?
You're right. I should have said Bracer. I was just thinking like mid heroes tend to be in.
Why not half a claws of attack?
Okay, that would have been a better metric. A claw of attack.
Rounded down.
all right. I'll stop trying to do math here, making myself look like an ass biscuit. On the Dire side, we've got the sneaky Nyx Assassins.
It's not an ass biscuit. You're a new biscuit.
IX Mike. And
you're not an ass for getting math wrong.
You're kind of an ass for suggesting getting a null talisman on Beastmaster.
That's a newbie play, not an ass play.
SNA will be on the Elder Titan in the mid lane. Fluff and Stuff playing on the Chen in the Dire jungle. That's Whitebeard on the Bane Elemental, and of course Ush here on the Ursa Warrior.
Them phase booties.
Ooh, already. He's farming away. The last hit leader by far, 23-6, completely zoning out the Master of the Beasts. My man Rexar here, played by Brax.
Bottom's had not the easiest time on bottom either. There's some creep pulling that's been going on. Batrider been interrupting it, but Well, we'll just wait here, wait for the quad stack, and luckily he has had no mud golem except for just one lone one over here, so not the worst thing in the world.
Oh, the loneliest mud golem. No, he has.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for someone to like jack Tranquil Boost whenever people drop it like that. I don't think it's gonna happen, but it would just be like.
It's a pretty safe spot to drop the Tranquil Boots. You've got a Chen in the jungle.
Do you think that the Tranquil Boost should have memory? Like if you drop it and then you get hit, it should remember what's happened to you in the last 13 seconds?
Radiant's top tower is
I want to
under
say
attack.
yes, but I feel like having to drop them on the ground is a pretty good like risk and return type scenario.
If you're in the jungle, whatever.
If you're in the jungle, it's okay, but still, somebody could get an invisibility rune, swoop in, and
I still haven't
grab
had
your
it happen
boots.
yet, and I've seen a lot of games with Tranquil Boots.
Yeah,
So-
maybe it should remember.
I mean, Tranquil Boots are pretty underpowered anyways. I think they actually need
Yeah.
a buff, not a nerf. So
Yeah.
who cares?
That's a good point. Now, this top tier 1 tower already will fall in favor of the Nyx Assassins.
Did we underestimate them? Oh wait, no. We said that their mid late game is weak.
Yeah, this is exactly what we said. They tend to win the laning stage. The mid game, they use that momentum and they kind of hold on. And once they start to lose that momentum, they turtle up, they clam up, and they get too passive. And then by the time the late game rolls around, they just kind of play that. Well, they're still alive, but what's the plan? I don't see how they're going to break high ground. And then inevitably they fall. Not inevitably, but
Well, they did win 4 games out of 7.
yep, that's better than 50%. My math skills are improving. That-
Jeez. Oh, I forgot. Elder Titan's really good versus Morphling
Dire's bottom tower is
because
under attack.
he switches to his agility, which gives him a ton of armor, but then it gets removed by Elder Titan. So I forgot about this interaction.
Oh, yeah, that's true. The natural order removes base armor, so all that agility gain is completely negated. It's different from just plus armor. That is a pretty big difference, actually.
But if he goes to strength, it doesn't remove anything. So
Yeah.
you can look at it either way.
it's a double-edged sword. There are certain times when Elder Titan counters the Morphling, but other times when Morphling does well against the Titan. So all about trade-offs.
Well, Tower will fall. Wolfsnake can get the last hit. Yes, he will. And
Dire's
1437
bottom tower has
is for
fallen.
some reason trying to do the
Dire's top
ancients.
tower is
I don't
under
know what that's
attack.
about.
Just trying to get your farm on, but tower for tower exchange here before the 6-minute mark. Very comparable. Now about a 2,000 gold lead for the Sneaky Nyx Assassins and a 1,500 experience lead. Still holding on to that.
They're going for a
early edge.
wraparound.
Yeah, SNA level 6. No point in Earth Splitter. Doing the standard 0-3-0 build. Looking for an opening. Snake King on brown boots. 1,500 gold. Will he get the initiated upon? No, doesn't look like it.
So
They won't
Korok
find
catch
the
up and
opening.
farm very, very quickly. Elder Titans actually had not had that bad of a time in mid. 21-1 compared to 26-10 with Korok. And again, Korok, one of his best heroes is Morphling. Like by far. I said Morphling and Stormer are his 2 best ones.
Will he go Midas here is the question.
Why not?
1,800 gold? I can't think of a good reason why he shouldn't.
It's very good versus Chen. I don't think he's going to be under that much pressure because he can just wait for him out of most things or just morph. And
Yeah.
maybe they want to get kills with Beastmaster and Wisp early, so that's the only reason why I would consider him not getting. Ooh, look at this. Fog already stacked up a triple camp for good old Korok.
Yeah, that's good news for the Morphling. Now, the only reason I would say maybe he shouldn't get a Midas or should consider an alternative route is that Snake King already has his Midas recipe. Double Midas, I don't think it's too greedy. I don't think SNA will punish it too hard. So far, they haven't been very aggressive. They've been satisfied sitting back and letting their Ursa get farmed, but if they go double Midas and SNA do not get a single Midas, it doesn't look like Ursa's going for one, just straight into Vlad's. They will not have the late game. They are already not really within that late game edge, and there you go, double Midas for the rejects. So they will be trying to turtle up and take this at least kind of late.
They don't have to turtle. They can play aggressively with these 2 heroes.
Oh,
With a Wisp is the thing. So
Oh, I see. I see where you're going with that.
yeah, it's not like they necessarily have to. SNA, they don't have the most threatening 5-man lineup. They have some pushing threat with the Chen, but the T1's already down on top. Where else are they going to push? And they try to Moonlight Shadow in. They have the Berserker Ward that scouts out Brax, and he will just bounce.
Yeah, they peace out.
Bounce, bounce.
Ward comes in handy there. Yeah, I mean, they won't have to turtle up for long. You know, maybe the next 10 minutes or so, they might want to be a little more passive while they're waiting for those big investments to really kick in, see some ROI, but yeah, I think they'll be okay in the mid-game. So what does this mean for the Sneaky Nyx Assassins? Do they need to adjust their strategy?
I think they need to kill Potom a lot.
Turn up the aggression a little bit?
Yes, I think that's the weakest hero of their link. I also think they could do Roshan very easily if they wanted to. So, yes. They can't play the late game far more because Ursa will get kited out. 1437.
Yeah, up top. They'll go on to Ush, but now the wraparound coming in. Ush wants to man up, cancel casting that Earth Shock. They put the Nightmare out on the Beastmaster, and he could actually be okay. Nope, gets his faith tested, and doesn't really work out for him. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, SNA getting dove. I think they should be able to secure this tower. Korok, whoa, he takes an anvil to the face. Barely survives, starts morphing strength, and he'll make it out of there, but Elder Titan giving him a run for his money. It's a 1-for-1 across the map. Beastmaster for the Elder Titan.
I wonder why they just don't do offlane Elder Titan.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or
he just doesn't seem to be able to do enough with all of the mid farm and experience priority that he gets.
Well, he just dies. I think that's a bigger problem.
That is a bigger problem. It's a multifaceted
Mike has his
problem.
blink in mid, but there's no one there to back him up. Maybe with Elder Titan TPing in, but who are they really going to go for? If they go for EO, I think Mike might die in return.
And he still doesn't have Earth Splitter either, nor Echo Stomp. So there's only so much damage slash setup the Elder Titan can really assist with here. And sure, if somebody gets lassoed, he can hit him with the anvil, but it only hurts so much and for so long. Although that is a nice 130 bonus damage he picked up from that Spirit.
Ush is about to have Blink Dagger. It's going to change things a little bit. Or they might just do Roshan. Screw it.
Yeah, is he going to go Blink? We've seen a lot of Ursas just go for this casual Morbid Mask now. You don't have to upgrade it into a Vlad's because, well, it stacks with Fury Swipes. We'll see where he goes.
There's a Hawk.
Straight into the Roche Pit. Oh, that's what they're pinging out. Oh.
Come back here, you darn Hawk. His
Rejects,
base
no.
damage is pathetic.
Exactly
Takes
what's going on.
3 hits to kill us.
Long range arrow hits Fluff and stuff. Bat Rider, he grabs Snake King. He'll pull him up to the high ground, but he's got to leap. Snake King, one of the worst heroes to do it. He'll even leap to the other side of the river.
That's okay. They just need to buy time.
Good use of that kitty.
Oh no, the Fury Sword is going to fall off.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that was... I don't...
It's okay.
Why that target?
Yeah, I mean, okay, they'll kill the Hawk there. I mean, yeah, he bought a little bit of time, but now that lasso's down, they can't really safely go into the Roche Pit, because if they do, the rejects will just hop on in there. Although this is that window where I think the North American rejects don't particularly want to take a fight if they can avoid it.
Nope,
So,
they just need to threaten.
yeah, so this threat is actually going just about ideal for them. Looking at net worth, things are pretty even, but again, a lot of that Radiant Gold is sitting in the hands of Midas, which aren't really that well suited for these early skirmishes.
Is it Hands of Midas or Hand of Midas's?
Hand of Midas. I think it's Hands of Midas.
Oh, if only he had it now.
That's
Oh!
the noun. Snake King, he pops his ultimate, almost survives.
The
but
double blink threat is real. I
enough.
think they can take Roshan out the back of this, perhaps.
Yeah. Showing off that blink dagger, grabs a kill with it. There is a Radiant Boar just hanging out in the Roche Pit, scouting it out. Ursa will take him down, but...
He has gone for max overpower and max fury swipes, not master Earth Shock.
Snog gets left behind. Apparently he didn't get the memo that they were moving into the Roche Pit. And he just gets dropped in the mid lane. Roche falling pretty quickly, down to about 2,000 hit points.
Are they going to relocate?
They're thinking about it. Nope. They let Roche fall. Ursa picks up the Aegis. And the Sneaky Nyx Assassins, they're successful in their plight. Nicely done.
It's really hard to contest a Roshan pit with two Midas.
Yep.
Two Might Eye.
And with the Mirana down, best you can hope for is a long-range arrow. Then maybe you can initiate after that.
Relocate steal, yo.
Well, yeah. But then what do you do if you miss it? You just suicide
You said
your
the
carry.
best that you can hope for.
The best. Okay. Goddamn hyperboles.
You can hope for that.
That's true. You can hope for stealing the Aegis and making it out scot-free. Korok, he gets caught by the lasso. Now pulled into the rest of the team. He will fall. The Primal Roar comes out on the Ush, but only does so much damage.
So much for the morph being able to morph through Bat Rider. I thought he would be able to, but the damage from Ursa is just too damn much. Level 4 overpower, level 4 Furious twice, and Rage, man.
Oh, wow. Long range on that Bane. Connects with Fog, but doesn't have enough for the kill. The defensive disruption keeps the Wisp alive. Won't do anything to keep Brax alive.
SNA's owning. Team SNA.
They're taking a pretty big lead here. Dire Courier gets picked off. I'm not sure where that happened.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I think they should just like delay with Shadow Demon if they can. If he gets picked off with Lasso, whatever, just leave the team fight. But as it stands right now, they can't actually fight. Not 5-on-5s.
That's okay though. That's only the second tower to go down. It is 2-2 in total tower.
Well, they lost a lot of kills. They lost more, or they lost a lot of heroes. They lost Morphling and Beastmaster, and almost a Wisp.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's not okay. That's bad.
I mean, it's bad. But
Bad news bears. Look at this.
Snake King, he got the bad news bear all over him. Ush coming in and
This is not okay.
He pulls the trigger. Yeah, things are starting to get a little bit worse.
Well, Ush is getting fat.
Hey, they've got a double Midas. I still think there's hope. SNA
Oh,
are
of course there's hope.
they're a very so it's okay.
There's always hope.
It's all right. SNA are a long way away from sealing the deal here. They've knocked down a tier 2 tower. Yeah, they picked up a couple of kills on these
But if Ursa
squishy
gets
Midas
an
carriers.
early sheep, like Morphling's just gonna plop. So is Mirana. Mirana's already in that plop territory. I mean, it's really difficult to recover 0-2-0 on the Mirana. I don't necessarily think it's her fault. It's just the way their lineup is based. I don't really know where the Beastmaster fits in. It's nice for scouting, and it's nice for roaring people, but if you have Mirana and Morphling who are just farming all the time and you can't actually have any opportunities for kills, we haven't seen them relocate this game. The hero's not terribly useful, but maybe things will change come 15, 20, 25 minutes into the game.
Have some patience, Merlini. Jeez. The gold graph isn't that bad. It's only 3,500, 5,000. Maybe a little worse than I'm giving them credit for. I mean, SNA are in great shape, no doubt, but we can't forget that it's 2 Midas versus nil. If they didn't have their hands of Midas out yet, and they were trying to pick up recovery Midases here, I would agree. It's looking pretty rough. But
this isn't a lost situation. It's just,
they're
I think they
farming.
could have been a lot better off for 15 minutes than the position they are in now.
There's no doubt about that. They've already lost Roche, and they fed Ursa. He's 2-0-5. I mean, they gave up 2 kills in the jungle before the creeps even spawned. You can definitely make a case that this early game could have gone better for the North American rejects. But we'll see.
Mirana.
Snake King. All Mirana down here. Snake King will make it back just in the nick of time. Good game sense from the
I think
King.
they should just straight up get a gem on Batrider at this point in the game.
Yeah.
To secure their lead and continue it.
Yeah, not give North American rejects any opportunity to get back into this game with some cheeky Moonlight Shadows.
This is where SNA struggles though.
And there's your gem, actually picked up by the Bane.
It's like the 15 to 25 minute phase where it's like, we have a small lead, but we aren't able to extend that into the 5-digit gold lead territory.
Yep, you're exactly right. They will get this bottom tier 1 tower, but they will lose their top tier 1 tower, and their mid tower will take a little bit of damage. It'll be a tower for tower exchange. It's not hanging on to a 1 tower lead with that, with the only tier 1 still standing.
I just looked at Morphling. He has 6 armor, and then he had -7 from the natural order. How does that happen?
He has 7 armor right now.
Yeah, I saw him with 6 though, and it was 6 -7.
Maybe it was a rounding issue with all that agility.
I have no idea.
Like
possibly.
The way the formulas work, you know, it was like he had 6.89 armor or something, and the natural order rounds up, and the little armor displayer rounds just drops.
That was just strange.
I don't know. That's kind of the only thing I can think of. Unless, does he have any armor items? No. Yeah, I don't know.
It was weird.
I don't know, man.
I've seen stranger things.
Yeah, it's definitely true. Seeing a Batrider, speak of the devil, he's going to grab 1437 with the lasso, but the follow-up's not there. Michael take an arrow to the face, and then they'll just walk away. That was a little awkward.
I don't know. He's closing in, fluffing stuff with the double.
Yeah, but the Hawk comes out. There's also a Blink Dagger up on the Beastmaster. He's got a Primal Roar. He's looking for Fluff. He wants to give him the stuff. Relocate from Korok and Fogs. Primal Roar, axes. He pops the mech, but Waveform will finish him off. There you go. He got fluffed and stuffed.
Well, I don't really know what he was doing there.
He was going for the wraparound. He wanted that Shadow Demon that got lassoed, but didn't work out for him. So there's your first relocate. It does result in a kill.
Ulti Orb comes out on Morphling, and they're struggling. Gold lead stepping back to that 1,500 gold territory.
See, I told you. Relax. They're fine. So they
SNA.
lost their Morphling.
Come on, SNA, up your game. This is the time. This is time to seal the deal.
This is your time. Make us believe in the power of the Elder Titan.
Well, Aegis is right about to expire.
Yep.
Step 1 for not good stuff happening for SNA.
Well, Urza did finish up his Vlads, and he's not picked up a Blink Dagger as we saw, but 2,300 Somalians still sitting in savings. So, I wonder what he's going to go for here. Do you think he'll just go straight into Scythe of Ice? It's not a bad build.
I think so.
Okay.
I don't think Lincoln's is that bad here. It blocks Adaptive Strike,
Primal Roar.
Replicate, Primal Roar, Disruption, Purge. Those are pretty good spells to block.
Yeah,
or you can just go BK. Oh, the Maelstrom!
There's not a lot of them. Whoa, that's interesting.
He's going the triple.
Going raw deeps.
I know. Going to Lifesteal, the Fury Swipes, and the Lightning. That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know why he would go for it, because I don't really think they need AoE, and Ursa's all about just whopping down one single target.
Yeah, and attack speed, if he wants to make it a Mjolnir, attack speed is not something that synergizes particularly well with Ursa.
But it's probably one of the worst stats that you can actually gear for.
Just straight damage or utility items that let you get more auto attacks off are where it's at.
Or HP.
Yeah, or HP, yeah, because of his ultimate. Yeah, good call. Yeah, kind of reminds me of the World of Warcraft days. You know, those Fury Warriors. It's all about getting the crit and the damage, but when in reality the best stat is actually plus hit. Just getting those auto attacks in is what ups your DPS the most, not the big numbers.
He needs utility, I'd say.
Yeah, I totally agree. Nothing like
he is lightning people. That mean,
yeah.
Well,
he does a lot of damage.
Overpower plus Maelstrom is kind of cool, right? Because you can have more than one going on.
Yeah, that's a good point actually.
Let's see him. Let's see him own this. Oh, he doesn't have overpower up.
He's not gonna overpower.
Come on, lightning some bitches.
Come on, Bear, lightning.
Come on,
man.
He's hit like 6 times. There he goes.
He gets one lone lightning. They're about to give Ursa just a free tier 2 tower down here. I'm not sure if this is completely necessary. They'll trade tier 2 for tier 2.
They just need to delay the game, dude.
Or they'll try it. Yeah. Let's see. Glyphs coming out on both sides.
IX Mike looking for a kill on 1437.
And will he find it? The Courier's inbound as well. Holding on to a Perseverance for Korok. It will be a Lincoln's as his first item. Where's this engagement going to break out? SNA. He does get purged. There's your Primal Roar out on Whitebeard. But he gets mech'd up. That keeps him alive. The all heals well. Whitebeard almost survives the onslaught, but it's not enough. Earth Splitter flies, connects with a few, but Korok gets tethered and picked right back up by his Wisp brethren.
All are healed.
Yep.
I actually think they might have been able to keep chasing that.
Yeah.
Actually, Shadow Demon's too low. But IX Mike, I must say his Bat Rider's not as good as Clockwork. He's had some questionable engages, and I think he could have lassoed Mike earlier if he didn't hesitate, and they could, or sorry, 1437 earlier if they didn't hesitate. Oh my
Korok
goodness!
Get booped. That's the power of level 4 natural order right there. Fog now he gets caught in the lasso, and he gets booped as well.
Dude,
Jeez,
natural order is. He has 12 armor reduced to 0. Holy crap.
Ursa going ham on you with 0 armor is that's rough. And also when he's that far morphed agility, that means he doesn't have much HP. So he was just getting smacked around right there. Wow.
That was... I think we underestimated our damage output.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I think so. I think a little bit. I still think the rejects are in okay shape. I don't think they're in the clear, but I think they still have a good chance. But
taking the shadow poison sacks, dude. This is getting up to that 4 territory. I don't know. You're getting close to that 1 shot.
Look at that. That's still a lot of damage. All right, they will TP home. They want to save their top tier 2. Well played. They won't let Snake King take it down. And looks like the King is going for a Lincoln's of his own. So the rejects will start off very passive with back-to-back Midas Lincolns on both of their hard carries here.
It's just a Mirana, though.
Hey, it's a Mirana and a Morphling. Both with Midas and Lincolns. Osh, he finds 1437. Moonlight Shadow comes out. The fade time, too much. And Ursa just chops him down. He's got a Maelstrom now. He's glowing blue. He is... I think I definitely underestimated the Ursa a little bit here. I will not lie. Wow.
Wow.
Just
That's
wow.
pretty much what I'm thinking. I'm like, dang, Ursa's just wrecking fools.
Yeah, this Maelstrom build, he's not having a problem closing the gap with that Blink Dagger.
Who cares about Lincolns when he died in 1 second?
Yeah. If 1437 could have disrupted himself right there, maybe?
Well, Ush may be looking for a kill over here. Is he going to be able to get Fog? Fog at 948 HP with 11 armor, though. Pretty good 11 armor.
He's got himself a buckler. Uh-oh. Ush comes forward. Uses the Earth Shock to relocate out.
Oh, that's a dead Wisp.
Well, sorry, Fogged.
I see it one.
You were young, you were noble, but you will fall. Can he get off a Gosu tether? Negatory. Unstoppable streak for Ush. Wow. IX Mike goes Mask of Madness now after the Blank Force Staff.
I like BOTs myself after that, but Mask of Madness is good, fine and dandy.
Yeah, well, we got a big stack here for the rejects. Looks like dragon, golems, lizards. Is it a double drag?
It's
No, it's a double. It's just a triple.
Yeah, there's a triple stack as well for Team SNA.
Roshan has
Wow,
fallen.
Roche.
This is the power of Ursa though. If you
Just
can
melts.
if you can get all the Aegises, you're in a really good position. And his late game isn't the best, but it's still good enough. But combine that with the fact of potentially getting Aegis, and then Aegis cheese, and another Aegis cheese, it's really hard to overcome that sort of advantage.
It's true. And now they're 2 for 0 with the Roches.
Are they killing them faster than they can farm though? It seems like that
Or 2
is
for 2.
a yes. So 5,000 gold lead for SNA. But, I mean, Chen not particularly useful in the late game. Bane's alright, maybe if he had a BKB, but this is what I'm talking about. Like, Whitebeard, he doesn't ever get any items.
Yeah, he's got arcane boots.
He always
1100
gets
gold.
arcane boots.
Maybe he'll get himself a little blink dagger there.
Blink dagger or BKB, I'd say.
Chen working on a pipe. He's got himself the hood now.
He doesn't want to get EB to the face.
Yeah, the shotgun.
SNA,
Fear is real.
oh, buddy, he is out by his lonesome. I'm not sure what he's
Yeah.
doing here.
He gets primaled. The relocate comes in. He pops his BKB. That'll buy him some time, but I think he'll still fall. Team support is inbound. Ooh, the all heal actually have to pick him back up. IX Mike hops forward. They finish off the Wisp. He does lasso onto Korok. Ush comes in. They finish off the Morphling as well. 1-4-3-7. Caught inside the sleep. There is a gem up on IX Mike, and it's an easy
No,
pull
SNA,
for
sleep
them.
him, sleep him. Oh, what a sleep. That was a
Wow.
nice sleep.
Yeah, it really
Okay,
was.
Whitebeard. You regained some points in my book.
I take it back, Whitebeard. That was a big play. Well, I'm about to be proven wrong with my 2-0
Okay, so
prediction.
he got a Ghost Scepter to prevent the damage from Ursa, and he got Earth Splitter to the face.
Radiant's
That was kinda
middle
funny.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, there is definitely some humor in that. Piranha throws out an arrow. Glyph is available for the rejects. They may lose their tier 3, but
Nyx is looking real good, man.
dude, they're looking really good. This Elder Titan is working out a lot better than the last
Dude,
one
who
they
needs
did.
mid or late when you have super good early game?
Yeah, there's definitely some truth to that. This tier 3 tower takes a lot of damage, but it doesn't go down quite yet. The Glyph is enough to keep it alive.
Go watch the Spirit. Go home, dude.
Spirits.
The Spirit. Look at it.
He's just he's just surfing the world.
how
Oh,
much damage
he
is
poured
gonna
it
go.
in. Cruising the world.
There was some like
IX Mike, lasso out onto Fog once again. IX Mike will take some pretty heavy damage in return, but Fog, he just gets Fury swiped down. Korok gets his faith tested, but he passes the test. It'll get procced by the Lincolns, and he'll be okay. Just a kill on Fogged, but 16-4, they're really starting to add up. Now, Primal Roar comes out onto SNA. Arrow from Snake King. In comes Ush. He gets off the Earth Shots, trying to lay in the auto attacks onto Snake King. Will the one true King fall? He's got no escape for 8 seconds. He goes down to the Elder Titan Spirit. Korok trying to do some deeps on the sides, but his efforts will be unsuccessful. They blink forward. The Blink Brothers proving potent. 1-4-3-7 looking to make the retreat. Oh no, now the Nightmare onto Brax. I think he may take a spill here, Merlini. Well,
dude, Ush is just ridiculous.
he has successfully balled out of control. He has another 4,000
We
gold.
haven't seen this either.
Yeah,
right? We haven't
this
seen
is-
this from SNA. We haven't seen this from any other team. It's just like a solo Ursa without a Wisp, without whatever, just like
Yeah.
completely taking control of the whole entire game.
I don't feel bad about my predictions. This is like a different Sneaky Nyx Assassins. They've been hit or miss, but they have not had a strategy work out like this, where they have just a YOLO Ursa that turns into the Hamburglar and gets out of control.
And then we're like hating on SNA with the Elder Titan. Like, what does Elder Titan actually do? But I think we actually saw the power of natural order to this game.
Yes, against the Morphling, you're right. The Morphling has been sitting on mostly agility this game, and the Natural Order just trucking him. He has no additional armor outside of that, besides the 2 from the Buckler, but he's just getting gunned down. There's the GG, the Sneaky Nyx Assassins.
Jeez.
They take game 1 in this
That
best of
was
3 series. It was a quick one.
Impressive fashion.
Yes, 18-4. It was a stomp.
It's not looking that bad for
Hey, that looked like there was a... All right, fine. I deserve flames for that. It looked
No.
like there was a window where they would come back. The double Midas. To be fair, the Sneaky Nyx Assassins did a really good job executing. That was atypical
did.
of the Nyx Assassins. They stepped up their game. They've been watching their replays. They've been scrimming. I don't know what it is, but they stepped it up, and
They
that
did
was,
damn well.
they sealed the deal at the 27-minute mark exactly when they needed to. They didn't give those Midas carriers any room to breathe.
I think it was just like one bad thing leading to another. Like one person gets picked off when they shouldn't have, and then they're a little bit under farm, so they die for the next one, and just all this stuff just keeps piling and piling and piling. I think if they like avoid the first gank, use Beastmaster Hawk, use defensive relocates a lot more. We saw like what, one relocate that game, I think.
Two, but the second one was that getaway, and then Wisp died.
I think they had to
afterwards, so.
play a lot smarter around like against the Bat and the Ursa. Like they had to keep scouting out with Wisp and Shadow Demon, the unimportant heroes, as well as the Beastmaster Hawk, and avoid fights at almost all costs. I think they started to defend the tower in mid, and after that it was like, well, why do you defend? Because you guys still aren't in fighting position, and the more you fight, the later you're going to come online. So I think if they avoid the first fight and just take it a little bit differently and just be like, okay, we're avoiding fights at all costs. I don't care about any T1s, any T2s. We're just going to get huge on our carries because we have 2 carries, you guys have 1. And they have the higher mobility too. We didn't see any good replicate usages. Why did they bait out Murana, for example, for Batrider Ultimates or Beastmaster? Why didn't they use that? I praised Korok's Morphling, but it did not deliver this game.
Yeah, certainly not. And we also talked about the Beastmaster a little bit. Where did he really fit into the draft? Brax?
It's supposed to be scouting and information, but they couldn't do it. There was just pressure on all fronts. Ursa could solo kill Morphling.
This was not one of those games though, where there was a lot of secret intel afoot. I mean, I guess Ursa sneaking into the Roche, but they weren't even sneaking.
No,
Roches.
it's like finding Batrider and the Ursa with blinks, so they don't get just instantly dropped.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess that just never really happened. He scouted with the Hawk a little bit, but again, it still didn't really matter. You know that they have blinks; they're going to be hopping around you. But by the time you figured it out with the Hawk, they were already in position to drop you.
They weren't good enough at playing keep away.
So that's true.
They need to take some lessons from Cloud9.
Yeah.
And approach it that way if they want to run this sort of strategy. But let's see what they have for game number 2.
Yeah,
Assassins, your predictions are wrong. Mine may be wrong, but
Nyx,
they really delivered on another level, though. I think that's definitely worth mentioning because NAR, they've been a little up and down. This was like probably their middle of the ground performance, and Nyx is just like one of the best times I've seen them.
Yeah.
Probably the best, actually.
I think so, too. Absolutely agreed. So, all right, we'll have a short break here, guys. Game 2 of this best-of-3 series between the Sneaky Nyx Assassins and the North American Ring up next. This is the Summit America Playoffs powered by Twitch. Thank you for joining us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this short break.